I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday, the 25th day of March. Active thunderstorms across Alabama expected for the next few hours. That'll be the focus in the short term, and let's get right to it. We'll begin with the sky cam. First off, up in Fayette, and you can see how the sky has cleared up in that part of the state, and that sunshine will make for some surface-based instability in coming hours, setting the stage for some strong storms, maybe severe storms. Down in Demopolis, that's along the Tom Bigby River. That's the view there from the Demopolis Civic Center, and again, some blue sky there. And over in Columbus, Mississippi, a field of cumulus clouds, as they are now partly sunny, and again, we'll see those growing pretty quickly into showers and storms with the approach of a strong shortwave trough and the added sunshine we have. Well, there's a look at our trough on the water vapor satellite shot, very sharp, rolling through parts of the Arklatex, Mississippi River Valley region, and that will be adding some pretty good lift in here. And there's a look at the storms that we will be watching. This image taken a little after 2 o'clock this afternoon. The storms developing over North Mississippi and western Tennessee. And initially, those storms up in the Memphis area, the big issue will be from hail because of the very cold air aloft with that cold core upper trough. And farther east around here, we'll have to watch out for the possibility of a few rotating updrafts. There's the severe thunderstorm watch issued for northwest Alabama. That's in effect until 7 o'clock this evening local time. That includes northwest Alabama, pretty good chunk of North Mississippi, and about the western half of Tennessee. And again, we'll see how this whole thing evolves. We'll be watching for storms that try and form just below that box where the air is a little more unstable. And again, we can't rule out the chance of an isolated tornado. Is this a classic setup? No. But again, with the dynamic system in late March, you never know. That's the big problem right there, instability. There basically is none right now across the state. This is surface-based CAPE. And again, this is at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. The numbers are positive over Mississippi, the bullseye around Memphis with 500 joules. Now, having said that, of course, now that the sun is out, the numbers should come up pretty quickly. In fact, we might see instability values as high as 1,000 joules over parts of West Alabama between now and 5 o'clock. And again, that will be the axis where we watch for strong storms. Helicity, the better veering of the wind with altitude, is displaced a little to the northeast of here. The higher helicity values are over eastern Tennessee and north Georgia, so accordingly, that's the reason we have a severe thunderstorm watch and not a tornado watch. It would seem as though hail and strong winds would be the greatest threat, but again, there is a degree of helicity in place over West Alabama, and an isolated tornado is not totally out of the question. Here's the convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. A standard slight risk of severe weather over a pretty good chunk of North Alabama, North Mississippi, and parts of Tennessee. And the overall rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week at 7 o'clock. Rainfall amounts here in the 1-inch range, heavier totals north and south of here. So let's look at tomorrow. We'll get past the storms today. Tomorrow, the lead shortwave is off to the east, the new one digging down in the southwest. And tomorrow should be a day with morning clouds giving way to a partly sunny afternoon. It should be cooler than today, with a high only around 60. Some spots will stay in the 50s all day. And then Saturday, as we start the weekend, again, that looks like a very nice day. A good supply of sunshine will be up there close to 70. There's our new surface low developing over West Oklahoma. And Sunday, here comes that next trough. And down below that, a broad surface low is north of us, and that suggests a chance of showers and storms. The rainfall on this particular run, not as aggressive as recent runs. And again, that's not a classic severe weather look. In fact, looks like the rain could be coming through Sunday morning, stabilizing things. So for the moment, we'll just mention a few periods of rain Sunday, maybe some thunder. And, of course, we'll fine-tune that as it gets closer. And then Monday, that system is gone. That will be a day with a clearing sky, highs in the 60s with a northerly flow. And then Tuesday looks pretty good, mostly sunny and warmer. Will be close to 70. Now, Wednesday, here's a new idea. The GFS wants to take that upper low in the Gulf and drift it north up this way. And look at the trough out west. But at the surface, the GFS wants to bring rain up into South Alabama Wednesday. And again, if this trend continues, we'll consider maybe inserting a chance of rain Wednesday for areas south of Birmingham. But even in that case, it looks like most of that would be over South Alabama. And Thursday, a week from today, that moves off to the east, and we look to be dry. And pretty warm, too. While the storm develops out west, you can see the cold air out there. We've got a ridge going on here, and that could get us up there close to 80 by the end of next week. Let's dig deeper into April. This is April the 6th. The westerlies a little north of here. A surface low in Canada with a trailing front. And 4 days later on the 10th, long wave trough over the east. Can you say late season cold snap there? And if that's right, that would be a pretty good cold front. And that's the kind of thing that could get us down there toward the freezing mark. And again, that's the 10th of April. And that's kind of we figure that's the last window for something like that. So we'll watch that carefully in coming days for all the growers. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening and God bless.
Weather.